Suppose you want to teach this module. Start by clicking on Mathematics and then Focus. Here you can read the mathematical background for the module. You will also notice how the lessons address 2 or 3 big ideas from the Common Core. This icon shows you that there is a Math Ed professional learning video available for this module. You can view this by selecting the title from the Resources tab at the top right. Just be sure to select the file size to match your internet speed. Look again under the Mathematics tab and choose Learning Targets. Here you will see what you will be assessing. More about assessment later. Under the Mathematics tab, you'll see an option called Mathematical Practices. This indicates where the mathematical practices for the Common Core are embedded in the module. The language option simply shows you the mathematical vocabulary that the students will encounter in this module of work. Stepping Stones provides a letter to home that aims to inform parents or guardians about the content their child will be learning during the coming weeks. These are easy to read and offer helpful hints for assisting student learning at home. When you click on this link, the PDF file will download to your computer. You can then decide to attach it to an email or print it out. Finally, read this option to see how the module reflects best practices. Now go back and click on the Module tab. Skip down to the Assessment option and click on the Overview. It is here that you will see how you will be able to assess the learning targets. At this time, you will have to decide if you need to administer the pre-tests. More information about these items and assessment in general is provided in another session. By now you should know there are 12 lessons in each module of grades 1 to 5 and 6 lessons in kindergarten. Each lesson will take between 45 and 60 minutes to teach, depending on a number of classroom variables. So you can assume there are 12 days of work with the lessons alone. But there is much more in each module. Take the time to browse more math to see what else is on offer. This should take no more than 5 or 10 minutes. You will need to do this in order to make your own professional judgments as you plan ahead. Under More Math, you will see a number of investigations, problem-solving activities, and cross-curricular activities. The investigations are micro and open-ended in nature. Here the students can work in pairs or small groups to gather, analyse, and represent data. The problem-solving activities focus on specific strategies and involve students in applying knowledge and skills that they are learning or have recently learnt in Stepping Stones. As the name suggests, cross-curricular activities engage the students in applying related math in other key curriculum areas. Browse all these activities and choose those that best suit you and your students. Notice that they fall under a tab that is called More Math and not Optional Math. This is deliberate on our behalf. While we understand that you may not do them all, we would like to think that you can find the time to do the majority of investigations and problem-solving activities. Next, you need to decide where they fit in the teaching sequence of the module. There's no hard, fast rule, but you may decide to do some of these activities on an allocated day between teaching the lessons of one big idea and the lessons of the second big idea. You could do more of these activities after you've taught all the lessons. For planning purposes, let's suppose you teach one lesson per day, and during that day you endeavour to give students the extra practice they need, either in class or as homework, and you also differentiate your instruction on those days. Let's also assume you allocate 2 separate days for investigations and problem-solving activities. Additionally, you put aside a 3rd day for summative assessment items. That's a total of 15 days. An alternative would be to teach your lessons on 12 days, then on each of 3 other days, give the students an assessment item and an investigation or a problem-solving activity. In both cases, you're allocating 15 days or 3 weeks for a module. Time allocated to each module may vary, but if you undertake to do what I propose, then you can rest assured that you are honestly implementing the Common Core. By the way, you can visit the Overview option under the Module tab to see a list of all the resources you need to teach the module. Alternatively, visit lesson or activity pages to see specifically what is needed on that day. And one more thing. If you want to quickly go back to where you were recently, just click on the History button and select the page. Now remember, all the content you need is at your fingertips. Take the time to browse not just Stepping Stones, but all the online resources that are shown along the top. And don't worry, you won't break anything, it's just a website.